Caleb, get out of here.
I'm not here.
Yes, you are. Your voice was just on camera.
Bye,
Get out
Caleb.
of here.
Time for the show.
Do 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 in your pants, doo doo on your face. You got doo doo everywhere. Do 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 do.
Oh, did you like the intro for last week's, Walker? Did you watch it?
Yes, I did.
It was a cluster without you, Walker. It was a disaster.
That's what Bo told me.
I did not have the heart to watch last week's show because...
Yeah, you did. Your last name's Hart.
I thought...
What a wonderful way to start this show.
It's great.
We are already off the
Heck with
rails.
a cold open. We're just going to start like that.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We were able to renegotiate Walker Tucker's contract. He's back with us this week.
I did. He's free,
Yeah.
he's free agent and NIL
1.8 mil, and we get Walker for the next 3 weeks.
We grabbed him right out of the portal. He jumped in, and we got him back. Welcome back, Walker.
I just had to test the waters elsewhere, just to see what else was out there. But the grass is not always greener on the other side.
Do you still have those floaties?
Our green screen is greener than any grass.
I was about to say the grass is really green in the studio at WD.
Was this like it kind of resembled that Dr. Pepper commercial, the one where the tornado is sucking the defense into the portal, and they let
the quarterback that got sucked.
Well, the defense first. They let the quarterback go.
Oh yeah,
I
you're
feel
right.
like we should have just let him go.
Yeah, no,
But no, we snatched him back from the abyss.
no. He's here.
He's here.
He's here.
That's a good thing.
Hey, welcome
Thanks
to the
for having
show,
me back, guys.
Hey,
I appreciate it.
By the way,
I thought
there was a big game
There was.
on Sunday. Huge.
Yep. I heard an argument on 92.9 The Game.
Yes.
About should the game be moved to Saturday, because there were so many people that started to leave in the third quarter from parties because, hey, I got to get up early and the game's going to go into the wee hours of the night.
That's a good way to start this conversation, by the way, because I like that idea.
Let's recap how this game ended, shall we?
Are we talking about Iowa, Nebraska women?
Yes.
Because that was Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That was the game where they were more worried about a scoring record than getting the win.
Yeah, because they lost.
Yeah.
That was interesting. That was.
We're definitely not talking about the football game in Las Vegas.
No,
right?
there was one.
What, there was another football
I
game?
no idea.
Football was still going on last week?
I thought that was a Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah.
Oof, there we go.
Yeah.
There.
There weren't as many shots of her during the game as I thought there would be. There really
So
weren't.
the over-under, I wanted to, if I would have been able to be on last week, I wanted to get into prop bets. The prop bet for time that Taylor Swift was shown on the broadcast was over under 26 and a half seconds. And I'm pretty sure just because of overtime, they hit the over.
But realistically, that's a lot less than it definitely could have been.
For sure.
Well,
for sure.
Very, very surprising. Very surprising.
By the way, I got to give a shout-out, a tip of the hat, a salute to Nicole Hardman.
Hey, dang good dog.
DGD, I think you got the clip pulled up on the old television here of the game winner.
Look at that.
Yeah. There it is.
That was cool. I was sitting there going, what if Nicole gets the game winner?
Well, the funny part, Walker, Jeff, Seth, is Mahomes on one of his interviews from, I'm going to Disneyland.
Oh, my God.
Barely had to tell Nicole that was a game-winning touchdown as soon as he ran over there.
Well, with the overtime rule changes, you saw San Francisco said they had no idea what the overtime rules were. So I feel like while the overtime rules made more sense now that both teams have an opportunity, I feel like they maybe the coaches should have maybe told them what was going on.
Maybe the coach should know what's going on.
Maybe the coach should have said, Mr. Shanahan, Mr. Ultimate, blow the Super Bowl. Modern day Dan Reeves, I guess. God bless you, Dan Reeves. Rest in peace.
That's hard.
Should have told his players, look, here's the way it works. If we win the coin toss, let's go on defense first. Like, I would have gone on defense first,
well,
right?
There was a good argument that they had been gassed after the drive at the end of the game, and then you go right back on defense. And I think that there was some concern that, they're going to just give up an easy score, and so they wanted to give their defense to rest.
Well, you get 2 minutes.
I'm just saying what the argument was.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see them thinking that, but that was like a college overtime.
Hey, you found your mic.
Everybody takes the ball, takes defense first.
Here's the crazy thing. Like, I feel like, I had a question of like, what's happening and why isn't Kansas City stopping the clock toward the end of the overtime period? They scored with 3 seconds left. I didn't realize that there were 2 periods and that the timeouts really didn't matter. Why wasn't San Francisco calling timeouts down the stretch to try and give the defense a rest?
They didn't know. I mean, it's very apparent they did not know that, because I actually Googled during this time, because when the time was running down in the regular season, the game just ends.
Right.
Like, you don't.
Correct.
If you don't have a winner, it just ends.
That's right.
But the playoff rules are different. You go on to another period,
That's
basically. And so I Googled, and I'm like, what are they doing? Like,
Yeah.
Do they not know? And how do you not know, by the way? Because there's a rules meeting. I mean, you get the briefings as a head coach and as a GM. You know this.
How can you coach any sport and not know the rules and not communicate that to your team during the game, before the game, whatever the case may be?
After the game?
I don't understand. I mean, I would be more embarrassed to come out after a game like they go, well, we didn't understand the rules.
And they did. Dude, the post-game interviews with San Francisco, they came out and instead of just playing dumb, like, yeah, okay. I mean, they explicitly said, we didn't know the rules. We had no idea.
If you're an owner and your head coach goes, I don't know the rules of the game, I'd be like, find me somebody that knows the rules and let's bring them in here. I mean, I don't understand that. That makes no sense. That was the one that shocked me.
Look, I thought it was a great Super Bowl.
Boring at the beginning.
A little disappointed with Shanahan because I was on the 49ers side, by the way.
I think a lot of people were.
Yeah, I was disappointed in Walker. I don't know if you were. I was disappointed in Shanahan's play call there on the last play of their drive in overtime, because earlier in the game, Kansas City was selling out on third downs. I mean, you had to know it was coming. I mean, this is the last stand to keep you out of the end zone.
Right.
And I don't know if you blame it all on Purdy, but I just I have no words for it. I'm like, really? That's all you got on this play?
Well, there was
I think it really boils down to, Jeff, that the fact that Kyle Shanahan just they got away from the running game in the second half too. I mean,
that is exactly that was exactly what I was going to say.
Super Bowl, man.
It's a constant thing with Shanahan.
Yeah,
Think back to the Falcons Super Bowl. Got away from what was working. Got away from the passing game in that sense and tried to run the football.
Right.
I believe, if memory serves, and
right.
Obviously that wasn't the strength of the Falcons there. There was a definite advantage in running the football with McCaffrey against a 5-person defensive line that Kansas City had, where they weren't rotating guys through. They were gassed.
Yeah, listen, there was I was reading something else that they had 7 plays where they could have run the ball, run clock down, shorten the game, not given any time.
Beautiful
to Kansas
call
City.
right here on the screen right now.
Kansas
You saw it
City.
coming from a mile away, y'all.
Oh, that was a great. Yeah, that was a great
this
call.
This is the Pat Mahomes 4th and 1 conversion.
Yeah, how do
you knew the ball wasn't leaving his hand.
I sat on the back porch, and I said, 4th and 1, I know exactly who's getting this ball.
Right.
It's going to be Mahomes. He's going to do a quarterback run. I mean, they set the play up perfectly. Kelsey comes in motion, and everybody's thinking, okay, Kelsey's probably going to get it here. And then what happens? It opens up. I mean, we could have ran through and got the first out on that. Just a beautiful play call.
Well, you are the fastest fat guy.
That's right.
By your own admission.
I have an award for that. It's in the office.
Really?
I just don't know. I don't know how San Francisco doesn't have a spy on Mahomes there on 4th and 1.
Same.
Yeah, there were
yes, man up across the board, but like the middle linebackers got to stay on Mahomes.
Yeah.
Right. Look,
and how many of you guys, by the way, had the feeling as soon as the field goal goes through for the 49ers,
game was over.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, it's it.
Well, they had them on. They had a 4th and whatever it was. Was that the 4th and 1 call? I thought they had another key opportunity to stop. To stop
right here, guys. Right. It's 3rd and 4.
Did you see the guy running open in the end zone?
If anything that Jeff you've set up, or Walker that you've set about being gassed, okay, defensively, right? San Francisco. I think Jeff said that earlier.
Right.
Anything. You're 4th and 4 here. All right, on the other side of the field is Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and that offense. And they're going to put together probably the game-winning drive here. Right. I go for it. Well, go for it right here. I don't kick the field goal.
Well, I can't agree with you more.
There's no way
I cannot agree with you more. And back
here.
to Jeff's point, yes, 100%. We see right here.
Look at the guy running wide open. Boom.
Top of your screen.
Right,
right at the top, wide open.
Just throw it up into the end zone.
I do it again. No doubt.
Well, here's the thing. So let's say you go for it on 4th down, and for whatever particular reason you don't make it. You have not kicked the field goal, and you're going to give Mahomes 30 yards to go win the game. I think you have to at least take the points. I think it's a loss kicking a field goal in that position. No. But if you don't get any points, you're making it even easier.
No, not really. Not really. You're not. You're still tied.
I think I agree with Jeff here because Butker was definitely the better kicker.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I'm not. Regardless, though. I mean, you're banking on number one. You said they're gassed. They're gassed. So if you're gassed, I mean, I'm going for it.
Look,
I'm going for it.
I'm aggressive. I like going for it. I like going for it
all day long.
It's the Super Bowl. I think
it's the Super Bowl, and you're going to lose either way.
Well, but how many times have we said, they could have kicked the field goal and they didn't, and they lost? I mean, I think it's a lose-lose no matter what you do.
Yeah, I'm going for it.
The game was lost when they didn't score a touchdown on the opening drive.
Are right there.
This is where I boil it down to.
Right there. Right.
This is where I boil it down to. It was 3rd and 4, right?
Right.
Yes.
Why aren't they running the ball there?
Yeah, two down territory.
It's 4 down territory because you've got to be thinking, I've got to score a touchdown because Mahomes is scoring a touchdown.
Right.
So why are we trying to throw the ball on 3rd and 4?
Well,
why not run the football with McCaffrey and make it 4th and 2?
Look, this is what I was.
A lot easier decision 4th and 2 than 4th and 4.
Right. I was trying to make this point earlier that they had 7 plays in that drive where they could have run the ball, run some clock, and set something up for a short yardage play, and they passed 6 out of 7 times. And that's what lost them the game. And they were gashing the Chiefs most of the game. That's what I didn't understand is why they didn't stick with it in overtime. They got to overtime, and Shanahan did what he always does in these big games. And he goes, "I'm going to do
what do you do? What do you do? What do you do?
I'm going to do things we've never done before. We're going to do what we've never done before and get away from what got us here." And that's why he's lost 3 Super Bowls.
By the way, there was a missed extra point, correct?
Oh my gosh,
there was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that blocked extra point.
That cost me $40. That cost me $40.
How big was the block?
Yeah, I still want to know why I wasn't involved in the old.
This was Caleb's little $1 square deal here.
I never got asked.
You said you were in a $1,000 one. Did you pay $1,000 to be in that?
$50. It was $10 a square, which is normal, except here.
I'm still of the mindset, like I hosted a scoreboard show with Caleb all year. Why wasn't I on the
You need to get on. Well, probably because he was being, what's the word we need to use? I need your money now.
I have Venmo.
I know.
Ooh.
I know.
Caleb does not.
You know what?
I
you
have
could
PayPal.
But you know what?
I assume Caleb does not.
Seth, me and you have Venmo, Caleb. I mean, me and Seth have Venmo. You could have Venmo'd us. And
exactly.
We could
yes, we do have Venmo. I taught you how to use Venmo, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Seth. I appreciate that.
But, we'll save it for March Madness pool. You'll definitely be in that one.
Thank you.
Well, guys, you know what? I got to give another salute to Dunkin' Donuts, my favorite Super Bowl commercial.
It was good.
I don't know if you watched. I thought it was the funniest one.
I thought there was one
great.
funnier. I got to find it.
It was great. It was great.
That was
this
good
one right here. I mean, this one's It's good. And by the way, Duncan is not a sponsor here, but if you'd like to sponsor the show, we have open sponsorships available.
Hey, we got one right across the street.
Yeah.
Seth, go over there real quick and get him over here.
She came to my work. Now I got to show her what I can do.
He's here.
Fleck on the track.
What up, bro?
I need that suit.
Yeah.
Here comes the Boston Massacre. The Dunk Kings. Touchdown, Tom
God.
Keys. Player coach.
Got it.
And needs no introduction, my partner.
Sometimes it's really hard to be your friend.
That's what I think.
Why you dunking me, girl? Why you dunking me?
Dunk Kings.
That's great. I'm
How
telling
do
you.
you like them donuts? I'm so sorry.
You had to see it, but I forgive you. Lay us on the track.
Are we gonna be on the album?
We talked about this.
No.
Let's go. You're blinded by them pinstripes. Wrap it up. Here goes Babe Ruth.
Tom, you can stay.
You remember when I told you I'd do anything for you? This is anything. They're naming a drink after us.
The Dunk Kings.
That was good.
That was a good spot.
That was a good one.
The BetMGM one with Tom Brady was quite funny
that was
to me.
pretty cool.
That was
yeah,
good.
it was
That
pretty
one
good,
was
too.
really good.
Yeah,
That was good.
But you know, we always watch the Super Bowl. We watch it for the football, but the commercials were just an added value to it. If you're standing there watching it at the time, but yeah, this one was pretty good too.
Nice segue. We have to watch a commercial.
Nice seg. Video's going to play soon here.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
But Tom Brady. BetMGM is for everyone that loves sports betting. Everyone. But Tom Brady.
Wait, what did I do?
The truth is you've won too much, Tommy. Let others have the truth. What if I bet in-game parlays and I'm not Tom Brady? You're in. Now dog me.
What if I bet the money line, but I think Tom Brady is cute?
Well, eye of the beholder. Subjective, but you're in.
Hi, Tom.
What if I used to babysit Tom Brady and he was a little troublemaker?
Well, then you die with your secrets. No one likes a snitch, but you're in.
What if I cried when Tom left?
That's pretty good.
have a tattoo of Tom Brady on my calf?
As long as you're not Tom Brady, you're in. Come on.
What if I'm the Tom Brady of spreadsheets?
BetMGM is
Tom
for you.
Brady is spreadsheet.
What if I'm Tim Birdie, 7-time pool champion?
You already know the answer. Why are you putting us through it with the clothes?
Well, how come Wayne Gretzky's in?
Stop with the questions, Tommy. We're chopping it up here.
Hey, Tom. Hi, Wayne Gretzky.
Look at that. Your name's in lights.
Why is my babysitter here?
Again with the questions. Please, just enjoy the view.
Download BetMGM.
Not for Tom Brady.
Accepting Tom.
That's
You've won
pretty good.
enough.
That's pretty good.
BetMGM is...
All right, so also
That was a good one,
during
too.
the Super Bowl, guys, I don't know how big of a fan you were of the halftime show. Usher,
Very meh.
Ludacris,
B minus.
you know.
My wife's a huge Usher fan, and during the whole
It was
thing,
a Georgia halftime show.
Yeah.
It's kinda-
Well, they had the
Maybe
Jonesboro
we
March.
should
That was a
salute to that.
Jonesboro High
I'll
School
salute to
marching
that.
band, which was interesting. But my wife was like,
Do
"Why
I
not
want to
this
put that
song?"
on the screen?
No.
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 Okay.
No. She was like,
We'd
why
get
not this
copyright
one? And why
stricken
not that
so
one?
fast.
Yeah.
And why
Why?
not this one?
Why?
She questioned
It's
his
music
entire
from Usher.
playset.
That
Oh, you
brings-
mean just like YouTube?
Yeah, that brings up
Yeah.
Yeah.
brings up the question, guys. And Walker came up with this question first, by the way. What would your
It's the best idea I'm going to have in 2024.
If you were the director or the producer or whatever they call it of the halftime show, who would you get? Walker? Jeff, I don't even want to hear you two.
I'll answer this question.
You don't want to hear mine?
I want to hear Seth's first.
That's your
because
Seth's first.
This
Seth's the behind the scenes.
Oh,
guy.
I have a
It's gonna be
halftime-
huge.
Look, I have
One
a halftime
thing
show none of
that-
y'all will have.
one thing before I tell you mine.
Oh, boy.
Let's talk about how much Lil John probably got paid for someone to go, you stand right here and you can say your line.
For sure.
Don't mess with the dancers. Don't move. And he stood there and he killed it. He stood there. Lil John, the guy that literally goes, yeah, like that's him.
Yeah.
That's him. Like he stood there and did his little dance and didn't move at all. Because you know a director or someone somewhere or an AD
Can he
was
not
like,
dance? He can't dance.
no, an AD probably was like, you stay there. Don't get in the way of the dancers. Don't do any of this stuff, which was probably said to so many other people too, not just him.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
But like, I thought that was hilarious because it would like cut to him and he's just, God bless him. He's like, he's doing great and he's just chilling there. But who would I have at the Super Bowl? Well, I could easily do one of the artists that I listen to, but that's probably, I don't listen to a whole lot of mainstream artists. I think you got to go like bring back some classic rock. Like, you got to have, like, you should bring, like, freaking, like, Kiss.
Kiss.
Oh, so close to mine.
Yeah.
Kiss.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Freaking Kiss. And then obviously there were
it
so
is
many people that were like,
Valentine's
and there's friggin' what sound do I? Yeah, there you go.
I'll be here all week. Please tip your waitresses.
Mm.
Walker, what do you got? What do you got?
We didn't even hear Seth.
He said Kiss.
Said Kiss.
Oh, that's what that. That's
Kiss.
That's
Guns N' Roses, classic rock, like classic
So
rock.
Guns N'
classic
Roses
rock
will have
montage.
Guns N' Roses would have a fist fight on the stage, and I'd watch that.
I'll jump right in on Seth's because mine is going to be AC/DC.
Hey,
okay.
yeah.
There's only one left. There's only one guy left.
But listen here.
This is in a perfect world.
There have been a lot of people that have filled in to AC/DC to be able to do concerts, right?
Oh,
there are
yeah.
always guest performers in the Super Bowl halftime show. You're going to get Aerosmith in there. Steven Tyler performed with AC/DC during one of their little tours. So Aerosmith's going to get a couple songs in there. You're going to get Guns N' Roses with Axl Rose, who also performed with AC/DC. So you're going to get a lot of that classic rock.
I like it.
Kind of like
those three bands coming together with AC/DC being the headline.
That'd be good.
Yeah, like the classic rock version of last year's.
I don't remember last year.
I also wanted to put together a Toby Keith, rest in peace. Like, I think he would have been a fantastic Super Bowl halftime show. The first thing that he starts singing is the middle verse of Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue. We'll put a boot in your, it's the American way. Like, that would have been just the best way to start the entire halftime show.
Yeah.
So I like your ideas. I like them. And I'm going to piggyback off those, and I'm going to go more Southern.
What are we hearing?
Southern rock. I know we said Toby
What
Keith.
are we hearing?
What do you mean, what are we hearing? I'm hearing Bo.
Yeah. What are you talking about, bro?
Oh, something opened up on my phone.
Stop playing games on your phone,
Bro,
Jeff.
that's you and your hearing aids, dog. That ain't us.
It just opened up on my phone. I was like, what in the world? I was hearing something. I thought you were trying to find something on the computer. Sorry about that. So who would you have, Bo? We haven't heard your halftime show.
I was trying to go into it, and you went, what are we hearing?
Now I'm hearing.
Why are your impersonations of Jeff always just so rude?
I don't know.
They're so rude.
If I look like that, then I'm going to have to.
$10 says he impersonates me that way when I'm not around.
All right, so my halftime show is kind of along the same lines of you, but a little more Southern rockish.
Okay.
With some country sprinkled in, maybe a little Americana sprinkled in.
Okay.
Like Allman Brothers, man. Got to bring Allman Brothers.
Okay.
Gonna hit some Skinnerd up.
Oh. I was about to say you're gonna bring Leonard Skinnerd.
You've had your chance.
Except Sweet Home Alabama, trash that song.
Yeah, no, you don't want that.
There's better Leonard Skinnerd songs.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You can't play Skinnerd without that song.
That's not true.
If the game was being played in Alabama, you have to do it. Otherwise, no.
Not gonna happen. They have no stadium. Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Ooh, except he's dead.
Little blues.
But he's dead.
So is Toby Keith.
This is supposed to be halftime shows that we would like to have seen.
See, I have newfound
This is the
respect
dream
for you.
halftime
You like
show. That's
Stevie
what
Ray-
I said in the text message.
Stevie Ray Vaughan is one of the greatest of all time.
Yes, he is. That's why he's on my list. Know a guy by the name of Corey Smith?
No.
Out of Jefferson, Georgia?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got some great tunes.
Yeah.
I'd bring him on stage.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to go a little newer. Luke Combs, I'd have him up there.
Okay. Yeah.
For sure.
All right. And then I'm going to cap it off with just, back in the day, even now that he's come out of retirement, Garth Brooks puts on a heck of a show.
Hey.
And in the show with Garth Brooks.
Big themes here.
That's
We've
me.
all kind of scattered combos out there. We're not talking one individual at this point. Because obviously you're going to have it's got to be a great halftime show. You're going to have cameos from other other artists, but we're talking about true hodgepodges of your country rock, southern rock. We're talking about classic rock.
Hey,
talking
I would bring Jelly Roll on stage.
Okay.
I mean,
Jelly Roll he's got so many low-key, really good
just
songs.
come on.
Except it's not that low-key anymore. He's not
but
that
they're-
low-key
No,
anymore.
I'm not talking about the 2 or 3 that are on the radio. I'm talking about the back cut, the ones that nobody listens to deep down in the albums. Those are the really good ones.
All right, Jeff, I know it's going to have you two in it, so let's hear it.
Well, I'm really going old school because these were always my favorite kind of things. I would bring in the Southern and the Grambling marching bands and let them do 25 minutes of duels. Songs like Primal Scream.
That's not a terrible idea.
Oh, that's
it's not.
Really like
No,
that
it's
idea.
not.
Because if you've ever heard Primal Scream played where the trumpet player does solos and they're doing Super C for about 2 minutes, it is insane. You've never seen anything like it in your life. And watching them dance and do their thing and just absolutely wail and kills, that would be the greatest halftime show of all time.
That's interesting.
I'm tired.
I really like
I'm
that
tired
idea.
of not seeing bands at football outside of college.
There you go.
Bam.
Well, the first Super Bowl.
You go off on that on your I'm tired this week. Do it.
The first Super Bowl, they did marching bands. The first Super Bowl, they did, because they didn't have any concept of what do we do with halftime. Okay, we'll just do bands. And that's what they did. And then this whole halftime show started. I'm not even sure when it really started to morph into what
Have you ever wondered why they
It was
don't
in
have
like the
marching
late
bands and
80s,
pros?
early 90s.
something like that. I mean, I think there was something was brought up like we need more entertainment in a halftime and this and that. And so they came up with this. Look, I don't have a problem with the halftime show. I mean, there's been some great ones. And but the last 4 or 5 years, look, I like hip hop. My wife loves rap and hip hop, but it's just that's all it is now. That is all it is. That they are not branching out into any other kind of genres of music. And I think it's time to go back old school. And let's bring in the two best marching bands of all time, Grambling and Southern, and just let them go. That would be better than the football game.
I don't disagree with that.
I think that Super Bowl 60 is probably going to be a throwback. I don't think they're going to.
I hope so.
I think just with 60, I think that they're going to have to get off of the hip hop and they'll probably throw it back a little bit because it's a milestone Super Bowl.
Speaking of upset, let me throw let me throw out some upsetting things as we have 5 minutes left here.
Oh, is this Bo's rant?
I've got a couple rants to be exact.
Well, let's roll.
One, I'm going to start with the Stanley Cups. You know, the 14-pound Stanley Cups that every woman in the world has to carry with them. I mean, why? Why? There's about 6 in my house, by the way, and my 11-year-old daughter has to take one to school every day.
6?
Give me my Stanley Cup as she gets out of the car or truck.
Those things got lead in them.
They have lead on the bottom of them, yes.
It's not good for you. Lead's bad.
Well, you're not drinking from the part that has the lead and it's sealed up.
There's this thing going around where they did like a lot of
You're interrupting his rant.
Yeah, because I have a point.
Number 2.
Oh, he's staring me down now.
We do have a second Zoom we can use as well. So
Region 868 tournament format.
Oh boy.
Stupid. You want to know it?
Yeah, hit us with it.
Let's do it.
Inform the ones that are 600 miles away.
The lower seeds get to play the early games, and the higher seeds play the late games. And the reason that I'm upset about it is because...
Why? Why are you upset, Bo?
And this is why I'm ranting about it. Gainesville girls play at 4 o'clock. We have the game on the radio, right?
Yeah.
Gainesville boys play at 8:30. In Shiloh, Snellville. I sat for 2 hours. Shiloh is the longest drive of any school in the region.
That's practically at Stone Mountain.
Right. So anyway, that's my rant.
You can go watch the laser show in between games.
Yeah, sure. They canceled that. That's no longer a thing. However,
what? They canceled the laser show?
Yes, it's gone. Done.
How old am I? Did I not know that?
I didn't know that either.
Beyond of age. So yes, that's my rant on the Region 8-6A tournament. And I'm throwing it out there. Nothing against Shiloh. Very nice school, nice people. They're always great to us. We go down there. It's just, I mean, why? I mean, every other tournament we cover, it's the normal format. Like you have a 4, 5:30, 7, 8:30 game, right?
Right.
And the championship games or the semifinal games, it's always what? The higher seed or lower seed gets to the 7 and 8:30 game. Anyway,
well, that's what they have.
No, it's not.
Well, the Gainesville girls are not a top seed.
No, but they're playing number 1 North Forsyth at 4 p.m., and the number 1 Shiloh boys playing at home at 5:30.
You know what? I did not catch that.
Yes, nobody else did either except this guy.
So they set it up so Shiloh gets the last 2 games.
That's right. So anyway.
Oh, that's Weasley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta give
you
the team
have
more
a chance.
time.
You should rant. Yes.
Yeah, guys, and speaking of region basketball in the area, we got one player in the area, huge milestone, Riley Black, 2,000 points. Here we go.
She also has 1,000 rebounds in her career.
Got to give her a salute, right?
End of the game.
Salute to Riley Black.
Yeah.
2,000 point. 1,
she was on fire on that game. At that game, she did. Really good.
More, as huge of an accolade as this is, more importantly, she helped her team.
Yes.
Continue into the region tournament, into the state playoffs. They've got that berth, and I'll call it right now. I feel like it's going to be a Cherokee Bluff Chestatee Region 8 4A championship on Friday at North Oconee.
And the Bluff handed them their only region loss to end the season, practically regular season anyway. So that looking forward to that matchup. That's Bluff played really well in their game as well. That's going to be a good ball game, and I could see both teams. Chestatee got to the Elite 8 last year, which is the furthest that program's ever gotten. I don't see any reason why they can't do that again. And then you got Bluff, if they can learn how to win those games that traditionally they haven't been able to win. Both those teams can go really far in the playoffs.
I mean, we all kind of thought that there was a potential that we could see Cherokee Bluff Chestatee in the Lanierland final 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Region final may be a little more important, but I mean, I think that could be an excellent ball game. I really hope that they can both get there, because that's kind of a matchup we didn't get to see solely based upon Cherokee Bluff drew Lakeview in the opening round.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a tough matchup for anybody. Now you get to see it for a region championship. That's going to be a whale of a game.
So, guys, another salute to the North Hall boys. A salute to them, man.
Listen, I'm going to tell you,
cow.
I called that. I talked to Jarvis Davenport.
Did you call that on air?
I did. I don't know.
Is that on video anywhere?
I don't think so. But
okay, you can't claim it.
Jarvis will attest to that. He will back me up.
There's a hotkey for something there right here, Seth. Where's the hotkey?
When I saw them right after Lanierland.
I was getting the TV ready. What hotkey do you want?
When I saw them right after Lanierland, I said, because they got better every game I saw them.
What hotkey do you want?
And I said, nobody's going to want to play y'all when they get to the region tournament. And they took down number 6 Madison and did it pretty convincingly, led most of the way. That is a sneaky good team, North Hall, and if you don't scout them and pay attention, they're going to beat you. And
look, I had this game Tuesday night, over at Bluff, and you could tell when North Hall stepped on the court, like, we're here.
Right.
Like, we're going to win this game. They've been close
that would
so many
be
times.
evidenced by, like, you seeing them.
That's right.
They
Yeah,
are
because I
here.
did see it. They were there. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not playing virtually.
Not over Zoom.
Wow.
I would give you a salute, but I'm not going to. But yeah, so talked to Jarvis before the game. He felt like they were ready, and they definitely were. Madison County just was not ready, in my opinion.
Maybe they took them lightly, and
maybe so. But even in the first game they played each other, it was a battle.
Right.
First win for North Hall over a South team this year. Because the South is pretty much dominated on the boys' side.
Perfect time.
So it was great. Cole Hulsey with 25 points. He was like 13 of 14 from the foul line. Had a huge fourth quarter. Just all around great play by North Hall to get past Madison County in that game. So as we say, we have to salute you because now you are in the state tournaments and you are still in for the Region 8 4A championship. Even though they have North Oconee coming up on Thursday at North Oconee, if they play like they did on Tuesday night,
they got a shot.
They got a real good shot.
They got a real good shot. And how big would that be if they could knock off North Oconee? Not only does that put them in the championship game and
home game
and a home playoff game, but the rest of the 4A bracket goes, oh gosh, no, because now you're taking the top 2 or 3 team. They're going to be traveling somewhere. And you don't want them.
Yeah, one thing about it, Walker, with Coach Davenport, Jarvis said after the game, we had him on the radio, and he said, we've not been able to get over the hump before time ran out on us in several games this season. Well, our Tuesday night, they got over the hump before time ran out early. They got over the hump early in this game.
That's what you need. That's going to be a really fun boys tournament, I think. I know North Hall's the only team, up this way that's in it, but all 4 of those teams are pretty good. And the girls tournament should be pretty. The girls semifinals. Should
They
be
had,
good as well.
I mean, several. You see the highlights here. Luke Sanders had some big shots, some big foul shots at the end of the first half. You had Matt Reid had some big play. So it was a total team effort against Madison County on Tuesday night.
And I don't think it's a big surprise. We all know Jarvis is a great coach, but the North Hall boys have been in big situations throughout the entire last 2 years. Think back to last year's Lanier Land. They made it all the way to the championship game and gave Gainesville a pretty good run in the first half, even in midway through the third quarter, if my memory serves right. Then do it again this year. They don't make it to the Lanier Land final, but they're competitive throughout their entire tournament. And it's all the same guys.
Right.
And so they've played together and they've melded together and they have great chemistry. It's no surprise that they're getting to where they are right now.
I got to say this, though. Guys. Jarvis came in August.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
He took over the program in August. So they've been learning on the job. His philosophy, the way he coaches, his schemes, his offense, his defense. So they're learning on the job. And, I mean, this is now, a 5-month-long job they're into. Sure. So
look, he told me, he goes, look, most people have already been together 3-4 months. He goes, our October, November, December is basically our summer. He goes, we really won't know what we have until we get into January and they get more used to me. I get more used to them. We figure out the rotations and the substitution patterns, which we talked about last night. And, and so here we are. I think what it is he's hitting what would probably be the mid-December when teams are starting to kind of know what they got, play to their strengths. And so they're peaking at the right time.
Yeah, no, they are. And then, of course, the second game of the doubleheader, Bluff and Walnut Grove, a game that ended 58-56 on January 16th in Bluff's favor. On Tuesday night, it ended 58-56 in Walnut Grove's favor. Unfortunately, the Bears were booted out of the Region 8 4A tournament, will not make the playoffs. They were the number 1 seed out of the North sub-region, but, man, what a game this was. This was an insane game. Bluff had opportunity late with 7.4 seconds remaining to get a good shot, but the ball was turned over, and they ended the game that way. But just a heartbreaker for the Bears. I mean, they played the opening quarter. It was very sluggish, and I feel like that might have been what Coach Travis and his team are looking back at as being like, this 6-point first quarter was the quarter that kind of hurt us a bit.
Well, it's unfortunate because that has been the case the last couple of years where they've gone in kind of, I'm not going to say expecting to make the playoffs, but certainly right there. They had a team good enough to go into the playoffs. I think they had a team last year, and I think this team this year had a chance to make some noise in the 4A playoffs. So a disappointing ending for what's really been a real, they had 10, 11, 12 game win streak at some point during the season. So, they're probably asking a lot of what ifs because, that's a team that really should be in the state playoffs.
Well, guys, I want to bid farewell coming up Friday night to Region 8 4A. So long, good riddance. They break that region up. As we know, the new classification.
Well, there's still baseball to go, and
there is, but I'm just talking about basketball right now. So goodbye to the 8 4A and football. And then baseball, I'm sure will be doing the same thing come May. But yes, new regions next year.
The only sport that does it well, football, they did it all one big thing. Soccer does that, but basketball and baseball, they subdivide. And as crazy as the basketball subdivision is, the baseball we discovered last year was worse because you had the top you had the top 3 teams on both sides, and at the end of the regular season, then they play crossover series.
Stop, Jeff, you're killing me.
So you got to pitch 6 extra games, which is
that's so crazy.
And
should rant about that. Roll our music. Roll our music before we get too upset.
Jeff's
look, now
tired.
I'm happy. This music.
I got another. Now I've had something else I'm tired of, Seth.
Hey, don't forget Jeff's I'm Tired.
Yeah, but I'd say you
podcast.
wouldn't have that podcast if you weren't tired of stuff.
It's coming out.
I'm also going to apologize to everybody on my
Today.
camera. The color temperature's just been changing like no one's business.
Yeah, he needs a thermometer. Somebody get that boy some Dayquil. He's sick. Guys, let's get out of here. All right. For the entire crew, we thank you for joining us as we went really off the rails as usual today.
I thought it was a little more normal than usual, but still off the rails.
We were off
The show
rails.
went better with Walker back on it.
Yeah, Walker, I'm glad you're back.
Never leave us again, Walker.
Yes, Walker had somebody to bounce stuff off of.
Jay said he'll pay you whatever. No, I don't.
I'm calling out in March.
I don't think you said that.
I'm calling out in March.
In all of March. All of March?
That's right.
Now, March 13th.
Oh, no.
Well, we'll have to redo the show some other time then. All right, let's get out of here. Till next time, have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye. Do-do-do-do-do-do.